Hi, I'm Alexis.
I'm Mackenzie.
I'm Sydney.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Emily.
I'm Jillian.
And we're from Waubonsie Valley High School. This is our vision to help improve the local mall we all know and love. Vision 60504 has given an opportunity to students of Waubonsie, Metea, and Neuqua to improve all aspects of the Fox Valley Mall based off of research and collection of data. The project included a lot of brainstorming, conducting of a survey, and even more research. Vision 60504 is completely necessary because Fox Valley Mall struggles to compete with other local malls such as Oakbrook and Woodfield. And we also think that it could become more of an experience and just destination for the people who attend.
Our goal for Vision 60504 is to make the Fox Valley Mall a more friendly and family-oriented place. Over the past couple of weeks, we have been researching the best ways to make this possible. After seeing the results of our research, we have found the best ways to revamp the dining, entertainment, and clothing stores in the mall.
The Westfield Fox Valley Mall is located on the border of Naperville and Aurora, Illinois. In just a 20-minute radius, there are over 500,000 citizens with a yearly income of $114,680. And also, despite certain disadvantages, it's still one of the most popular malls in Illinois.
As any business does, Westfield Mall has many strengths and weaknesses. A huge strength that Westfield Mall has is that they have a steady income with many opportunities to receive money from potential buyers. Although Black Friday, back to school shopping, and season changes spike the sales, the overall income of the mall stays steady throughout the year. Another strength of the Westfield Mall is the fact that it's in a convenient location. The mall is located in a very densely populated area with over 4,000 people per square mile, which brings in not only the residents of the area, but also the workers. Another strength of Westfield Mall is that it offers a wide variety of retail to appeal to our large target market. From pet stores to clothing stores to baby stores to jewelry, the mall offers a vast array of shopping ideals. It's the only enclosed mall in the area, and the Chicago Premium Outlets is a completely outdoor mall, and it's about 20 minutes away. And then the next closest enclosed mall is Woodfield Mall, which is in Schaumburg, Illinois, and it's about 40 minutes away. And then the ability to add in even more variety is another strength that Westfield Mall has with all of the excess parking spaces in the vacant lots. Although Westfield Mall has many strengths, it also has many weaknesses that need to be worked on. A huge weakness of the Westfield Mall area is the design of the mall. The outside of it is very plain and boring with the tan, run-down concrete, since no renovations or expansions have been done since 1998. And then the inside has a very traditional look with nothing unique from the other malls. Another weakness of the Westfield Mall is the lack of high-end dining or shopping options, which appeals to our target market of the upper or middle-class community. And then another weakness of the Westfield Mall is that there's no outdoor shopping or activity options for our customers to enjoy.
There are many opportunities that the mall has to overall improve their popularity and the business revenue they bring in. One of these is to add higher class restaurants and shops in order to appeal to the wider audience. And another one is to add outdoor activities, shops, and restaurants that will greatly improve our amount of customers in the warmer seasons. Another one would be to add a hotel, which will keep the customers in the general area and expose them to our new opportunities. And our last one would be to change the renovations of the ring road, which will help improve the overall image of the entire mall and the business revenue that it brings. The major threats to the Fox Valley Mall are the three other shopping centers that are located nearby. The Yorktown Center has a modern and appealing look that the Fox Valley Mall lacks. The premium outlets offer their customers elegant looking and unique shopping choices with discounts because of their outlets. And we also have visual storage, which takes away from the Westfield business. The Oakbrook Shopping Center has a wide variety of high-class stores and restaurants with a sophisticated and unique look to each one. And all of this is with easy access right off the highway.
Throughout our tedious research presentation, we conducted a survey, and that consists of questions considering like what the people wanted, what they didn't want, what they liked, and what they didn't like, and also questions on like how old they were and if they would be considering like the certain stores that we had to offer. After our survey, we used Buxton and this online retail lease track that we used to help see like if the stores that we predicted would better for the mall and so forth with the mall better for the stores.
For demographics, the Naperville and Aurora area mainly consists of upper class and middle class civilians within a variety of ages and races and
education levels. So a couple weeks ago, we created our own survey that we sent out to all of our friends, families, and peers within the area. We got about 265 responses, which really helped us gain the research that we needed to improve the mall. So the first question that we thought was really important to ask them was which type of store do they already shop at the most, because that'll help us make our recommendations for what we want to add into the mall or outside of the mall. The top 3 categories were women's fashion, foods and drinks, and department stores. So based off of these, that is how we made our recommendations.
Another question that we asked our respondents was if they preferred an indoor or outdoor mall. And out of 265 responses, about 155 or 58.5% said that they preferred a mixed mall. So our idea is to add an outdoor section to the already existing indoor section in order to appeal to our customers in our target market.
From Mater's findings in our research, we found that a common problem people faced was that the kiosk workers were bothering them and relentlessly trying to make them buy their products, which people found annoying, and they didn't want to go to the mall because it was distracting them from their shopping experience.
And to help prevent this problem, we have thought of the idea to talk to the kiosk workers and maybe tell them to back off a little bit, not be as pushy towards the people walking from store to store, so they have a more pleasant trip shopping and spending money, and therefore the mall will get more revenue. For our survey, we asked the question, how interested would you be in the following concepts in our categories on this slide are family entertainment, a place to stay when traveling, a drive-through coffee place, and an indoor and outdoor mall. And our concepts that we put forth in the following slides will better suit these concepts that the people, as you can see, were very interested in, for the blue, and not many people were not very interested. Here's more of the categories. We have a trendy jewelry place, store with coat and outdoor items, a trendy universal clothing store, and a unique creative burger public music.
Blue is very interested, red is interested, yellow is neutral, green is uninterested, and purple is very uninterested. And when we asked the people in our survey what they preferred with a restaurant or a fashion outlet, the customers felt that they were very interested in attending to the two.
Okay, so our first recommendation is a place called Punch Bowl Social. Punch Bowl Social is a dining and entertainment mecca that takes a 3-prong approach to the culture of social outing. So that includes eating, drinking, and socializing. So as you can tell from the pictures, there's plenty of space to sit down and hang out with your friends and eat really good food. And they also add mini bowling alleys and an old-fashioned arcade center. So as we talked about before, we want to make the mall more of a destination and experience, and Punch Bowl Social does that under one complete roof. And also by adding the bowling alleys and arcade games, it opens it up to kids, which then opens it up to families. So it'll be a really family-oriented place to go with something for everyone in the family to do. The closest location is in Schaumburg, which is kind of a hike for the people in the area. So if we add one to the outer ring road of the mall, it'll give something for the people to do. We do want to add it on the New York side to hopefully draw traffic and revenue to the mall. And by adding it, Punch Bowl Social will definitely get their name out because of their limited locations.
Our second
That's the specific location as to where we want to put it.
Our second recommendation is to add Nordstrom as an anchor store to our outdoor section of the mall. And Nordstrom is a huge general retail anchor that provides clothing, shoes, accessories, etc. for all men, women, and children. And adding Nordstrom to our area will bring a more upscale image due to the numerous brand names that the store provides. Our plan is to add it as an anchor to the outdoor section, which is going to be along the New York Street side. This is made possible due to the fact of all of the excess parking spaces. There are about 8,500 parking spaces throughout the Westfield Mall area, and at one time, only about 53% of those are used. So if we take away some of those parking spaces and build Nordstrom in an outdoor section of the mall, it'll bring in more revenue. And then Nordstrom requires 200,000 square feet or less. So with the open lots and the empty parking spaces, it'll be possible to add this as an anchor store. And it's constantly outperforming its competitors, so it'll be possible to bring it to drawing more attention to the Westfield Mall area. An alternate plan for Nordstrom is to replace Sears inside the mall. According to the retail analyst at CNBC, Sears is rumored to be going bankrupt. Since 2012, the department store has lost over $6 million. So if that rumor is true, our second plan is to add Nordstrom as an anchor store to the inside of the mall. And then on this map, on the New York Street side, that's where we would add the outdoor mall section and the Nordstrom as the anchor store if we added it outside. And if Sears does go bankrupt, it'll just go on the inside of the mall where Sears currently is.
And our third idea is to add a Hilton hotel. And so there's many like business travelers and families that like come like from all over like wanting to shop where they can stay and stay where you can shop and having that benefit of that being by the mall. And like the hotel is known for a hotel with comfort and style. And so this is good for like as I said, like the business travelers coming in, having like meetings, shopping, like spending money while like they're also getting their work done in the Hilton. And we want to put it on the Commons on North Commons Road. And with the 100,000 square feet that is available there, with the office spaces that are there, we can take those out and put this in place of it.
And just going back to the Hilton Hotel idea, it's also perfect for like any like baseball teams or basketball teams and basically any sport team who comes into the area because it'll be a perfect spot to stay where all like the baseball fields and like basketball facilities are. So it just makes it easier for them to find a place to stay.
Okay, so another thing we'd like to add is a place called Dutch Bros Cafe. So adding a Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks is definitely not the way to go here. Dutch Bros Cafe is what you want. Dutch Bros Cafe makes coffee, smoothies, and way more. And it's predominantly located in the West Coast, but they said if they were given the option that they would definitely locate somewhere else. So that's why we'd like them to come to the mall here. So when we took our survey, we asked just a simple question, like, would you guys prefer, or are you guys willing to like go to an alternative place to get your coffee? And an overwhelming amount of people said yes, depending on what it is. Also, if we add Dutch Bros, it'll be getting their brand name out in general since they are predominantly located in the West Coast. And they're known for fast service and just cheap food and drinks that they serve. And although their coffee is good, they say themselves that they're not even in the coffee business and they're in the people business, and that they want to make sure that like each experience like people have when they go there is memorable and that they go and tell everyone else about it. We'd like to place this on the common side of the ring road next to the Hilton Hotel. Just because it's convenient for the people, especially staying at the hotel. It's like, especially if they're like business people, they can just drive through and get some really good coffee.
So Kuma's Corner is another addition that we think would be really great for the mall. It is a casual dining spot and its main focus is hamburgers, and that probably sounds a little strange, but it's actually a really unique restaurant because its main focus is like, the theme of the restaurant is heavy metal rock. So all like the hamburgers and the music that is played in that restaurant is based off of popular like heavy metal songs and artists from like past years or like new and upcoming people. And we thought it would be like a great alternative to like the casual like sit down place like Chili's, Red Robin, and other stores and other restaurants. And we thought that this would be best be put in replacing Tilted Kill because I'm sure they do get a lot of business there, but we think that and it would just go like right there. But we think that Kuma's Corner like appeals to more of the audience at the Fox Valley Mall is trying to target like our generation and like the younger generation. Also, it would be perfect for like our parents because there is a bar, so they can still go and drink and have fun. And if like your family wants to go there, or if they want to go out there for a night of fun. Bonefish Grill is another restaurant that we think would be best fit on the outside of the ring road. It is primarily a seafood and steak restaurant. It is moderately priced and it is a little more fancier, so it'll bring more of an upscale look to the Fox Valley Mall. And we think that it appeals to a wide audience because adults can go there if they want to have like a date night or if they want to go out there and have a nice dinner with their friends, but it's also really great for like families just to go out for like a nice occasion if they want to go for like birthdays or any other celebrations that they have. And we thought it would be best to put this along McCoy Drive next to right here, just like in the middle, so it does bring in more traffic from like 59 and other areas of the mall.
Brandy Milbo is a girls' clothing store targeting girls in their teens to like women in their late 20s. It is dominant along the West Coast region of the United States. And Brandy produces inexpensive but good quality clothing for girls and has a very large online customer base, and that would attract them to here because it would help Fox Valley benefit from that, and it would bring foot traffic from the mall. Also benefiting Brandy because their name would get out here in the Midwest when it's only like in the West Coast region. And then 48% of respondents in our survey said that they'd be willing to go to another girls' clothing store that's like higher end, so like they're right up the ramp of the mall. And we would locate that on the second floor next to American Eagle and the Under Armour location that was taken out previously.
Alex and Ani is another store that we think would help benefit the mall. It is a new and upcoming jewelry store for females of all ages, especially our age, but there are also like moms and like other people who wear the jewelry. So if you don't know what it is, it's basically like another moderately like priced, fashionable, and unique store other than Pandora. And it's very convenient to have one in our mall because the closest like freestanding building that they have is in Chicago, but they also do sell like the jewelry in Nordstrom and other like little boutiques around the world that you can find. And it's just a lot easier to have one inside of the mall instead of having to go online and like pay for the price of the jewelry, but then also have the struggle of paying for like the shipping and tax because you may not want to pay the extra money for that. And we would add it upstairs into the empty unit next to Aeroplaza, which is just right there. Also, we called the headquarters of Alex and Ani just to make sure that they'd be interested in actually moving into a mall, because I know I've been to Alex and Ani shops and most of them were freestanding. And they said they would most definitely want to move into a mall, especially depending on the climate. And since we know Illinois does have some brutal winters, they said that yes, they would be willing to. Okay, another recommendation we have is to make half the mall indoors and half the mall outdoors. When we conducted our survey, we asked, would you guys prefer an all outdoor mall and all indoor mall like we already have, or a mix? And 58% of you guys said that you guys would like a mix. We want to do this just because in general, we want to make the mall way more appealing. As we all know, it's very bland and it's just like a big box. So that's why we want to do it. And it can also keep up with the competitors like Oak Brook and Woodfield.
The mall severely lacks signs that show customers where they're supposed to go or when they're entering the mall. They never know which entrance they're supposed to get to or how they can get there. Upon the 4 main entrances, there's only one sign that leads customers into which store or which door they want to go to. And so we think that either adding more or giving them an opportunity to use the app that's on advertised will give them a much easier way and convenient way to get to the places they're wishing to go. The exterior renovations, the overall mall and the ring road have a really outdated and old, unkept look, and we think that adding windows, other fixtures, colors, and designs to the outdoor and exterior part of the mall will improve the overall image and make it more welcoming. And also the exterior ring road, it doesn't look like it should fit in that kind of area. And with our higher class things that we're adding in, we want to make sure that it's kept up and make sure that they're still appealing.
With the ever-growing community, Westfield Mall needs to be kept up to date. After all of our recommendations, we want you to help us make our vision your reality. Thank you for your time.
Do we have any, before we clap, do we have any questions?
With the indoor and outdoor, you said you want to make it indoor and outdoor. How would you go about that? Are you talking about just like knocking down walls or what?
No, like it wouldn't be connected, like it would just be like the
You'd add on to.
couches, and then like there'd be like an outdoor section of like
Adding more
kind of
freestanding buildings. It's adding more freestanding buildings closer to the mall. Because like Woodfield.
And those would be part of the mall?
I was just writing.
No, it's not like attached to.
Oh, you're
I mean,
talking-
it's like on the outside. For example, Woodfield Mall in Schaumburg is like all one enclosed like mall, just like we have, but then they have like an outdoor strip really close to it. So that's what we're trying to go for.
I see.
With the Dutch coffee thing, if the project Vision 60504 is supposed to like improve the image, and nobody really knows Dutch Bros, or and like in the picture it kind of looked like a drive-through, almost kind of like run down. I don't know if that's the picture or not. Wouldn't it really not help improve the image? Wouldn't it just kind of be there?
Okay, one of the things we do want to do is improve the image, but like we said, we also wanted to make it more of an experience. And like I mentioned in the thing, like that company is all about the experience. And we wouldn't have suggested it if you guys didn't want it. In our survey, you guys specifically said, over half of you guys said you guys wanted a different place to get coffee. So we wouldn't have suggested it if it wasn't wanted by the people. But there are different building designs to it too. That was just an example.
Do you think adding the Nordstrom will take away from the people that go to the Nordstrom rack 2 minutes away from the mall?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like, for girls, at least if you go to Nordstrom, they have, like, completely different clothes. Like, it might take away from some of the business, but, like, people still go to Nordstrom Rack to get the sale stuff, but then you find all the newer stuff at the Nordstrom, so it's, like, two different.
Nordstrom Rack is like the outlet kind of
Yeah,
right of
yeah.
Nordstrom, right? Okay. Any other questions? Nothing? I don't think. Well, I was going to ask you something. Oh, how did you come up with the Kuma's Corner idea?
We were
Like,
just-
where'd that come from?
Oh.
I mean, I just think it's a heavy metal themed restaurant. Never heard that before.
Well, when I went there in the city, like, it's a really
Okay.
cool experience.
Oh,
like,
so there's one in Chicago.
yeah,
Okay.
there's one in Chicago, and like it's like completely different because like it still serves burgers and stuff, so like it could be just like a Johnny Rocket, but then like it's not, it's like heavy metal, but at the same time like it still appeals to like people arts because just like the experience is like a really fun thing to do.
When you go in there, is it like the music's like
It's like,
No,
loud?
no.
It's not like.
No, like
I mean, people aren't like sitting at their tables like just headbanging, right? It's not like that hardcore. Okay, I'm just curious. Okay.
I'm just actually asking, is it a chain or is the one in Chicago the only one?
No, it's a chain.
Okay. Okay.
Where'd you say the Brandy Melville was gonna go? In the mall or out?
Inside.
Inside the mall,
Yeah,
in
we're
a vacant.
So why would they want to come to the mall?
Well, because they're not, okay, so they do, like PacSun, for example, has like literally a like rack with just like a shirt from them, like a really
Literally?
small area. And like PacSun does like,
PacSun has a Brandy Melville brand clothing.
they
Is
have a
that-
partnership with it, but it's like
Gotcha,
really, it's
okay.
a really small area. And it's really popular like at PacSun, like I know I go there for that brand because otherwise they're only online. So that's why we wanted to do that. But they would want to go there probably because they don't have a ton of like just their own brand name in the malls, like, and especially around here, I would say.
It's
Like,
mostly online.
it's mostly online, so.
But if you said it's really popular at PacSun, wouldn't PacSun get pissed because it's taking away from like a lot of their profit?
I mean,
The stand at PacSun is literally like 5 styles, and that's like all they have. So
like 5 shirts is
Yeah.
what they offer from Brandy at PacSun, so it's not like they're gonna be losing like their money. Yeah.
I know you guys like talked about a lot of like West Coast stores coming here. I know you guys like talked to one of them, but do you guys think like the other stores want to come too?
The only other one, other than Dutch Bros, which we talked to, but Brandy, we didn't. Like we said, I think they would just because of the whole. They do partnership with a lot of other, or they do partnership with like all the other PacSuns and stuff. And I know that it's not just on the West Coast. There are some on the East Coast, and they dabble in some in the West or in the South. So I bet.
And even if it's not Brandy Melville that we put in, we can find another company that's similar to that, like something like Frankie Phoenix or another new kind of shop for
Any other questions? All right, let's give them one big one on 3. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Thank you very much. All right, we have one.